Hey guys, what's going on? Jet here from the Secret Hideout, and today we're going to take a plain simple looking metahuman like this, then take a really cool looking marketplace character like this, and combine both of them, and bing bang boom, we're going to create an awesome new hybrid character like this. Cool, huh? Okay, let's get her done. Welcome to the Secret Hideout. Okay, I know why you're here, and you know why you're here. Hybrid MetaHumans, right? Cool. Let's get to work. Okay, let me break it down to you. This is where I go over the steps of this recipe just so you know which way to go. First, we're going to create a metahuman and export it into Unreal. Second, in Unreal, we're going to delete the body of said metahuman. Third, we're going to head over to the marketplace and find the correct character and body type. This is super important. Fourth, we're going to take that character into your DCC of choice, edit the mesh. In short, off with his head. Fifth, after you've taken that character to the guillotine, we're going to import that Headless Wonder back into Unreal. Sixth, in Unreal, we're going to play Dr. Frankenstein and stitch the head of the metahuman onto that new headless body. And lastly, we're going to add a simple animation just so you can see how our man-made monstrosity moves. Sounds easy, right? Right. Okay, let's get her done. Ready? Ready. Okay, let's start from the start. Let's open up Unreal. Let's make a simple level, nothing too complicated. You've been here before, you've done this before. Okay, I'm going to select Game, third person. I'm going to go ahead and name it. Create project. Okay, Unreal project, nothing new, nothing fancy, vanilla, straight out of the box. The only thing I don't like about it is that it moves like a video game. When I middle mouse button, it goes the opposite direction in which I'm trying to drag. No bueno. Okay, I want it to move like a DCC. So, I come up to Edit, Editor Preference. In the search bar, type Middle. Under Level Editor, Invert Middle Mouse Pan, check. Close the box. Click, drag, all good. Sweet, moving on. I'm going to head over to Quixel Bridge. Open Quixel Bridge. Cool. Pick a metahuman. Better yet, maybe create one. Like this. This is Gavin, and these are his 3 invisible henchmen. But more on that later. Now if you haven't done so, click the green download arrow. If you have, in the upper right, click the blue export button. Over on the right hand side, you should see some messages coming up about the export being successful. Cool. Quit Quixel Bridge. We're done here. Back in Unreal. You should see some messages coming up about enabling missing plugins. That's okay. Just click Enable Missing Plugins. Then, when you're all done, go ahead and click Restart. Okay, back in Unreal. We'll go to Content. Do you see the MetaHumans folder? Yes, I do. Great. Let's open up Gavin. Let's take this Gavin MetaHuman blueprint. Let's select it and then go Control W. And what that does is it'll duplicate it. Pow. Okay, great. Let's change this to Gavin without head. Alrighty. Let's double click on this. Great. Now, what we're going to do here is we're going to get rid of this body. Okay, cool. We're going to go to the viewport just so we could see him. Notice how the hair keeps disappearing. It gets to a certain level and disappears, comes back. You know why? I'm sure you do, but just in case you don't, I'll tell you. It's the level of detail. The farther something is from the camera, the level of detail gets lower. The closer it is, the higher it gets. So, let's do this. To avoid it from disappearing, let's just go ahead and make sure that it always stays. We only have one metahuman here. No big deal. It's not taxing our computer. What we're going to do on this left-hand side is we're going to go to LOD Sync. We're going to click on that. Over here on the right-hand side, under LOD, under number of LODs, we'll make it 1. Cool? So that way, no matter what you do, it always stays. Terrifying. Okay, anyway, moving on. So, let's go ahead and delete the body. Let's get rid of these knockoff deck shoes. Let's get rid of these legs. Let's go ahead and get rid of the torso. And last but not least, let's get rid of the body. That's what we need. Okay, cool. Compile, save. Right on. Okay, we need to put a body on this head. And it's not just any body will do. We have to pick one from the marketplace, not only that looks cool, but is textured nice, and most importantly, it's rigged in the correct way. What that means is this: not all marketplace characters are built equally, and not all character meshes are rigged. And the ones that are rigged need to be rigged specifically using the UE4 skeleton or the UE4 mannequin. If you see any combination of those words, you're golden. You can use that body. That said, let's pick a body. Okay? Off to the marketplace. Okay, in the marketplace, in the search bar, we're going to type in cyberpunk, because that genre has not been played out or overused at all. I went with Cyberpunk Samurai by Fajrul Falach NF. I'm sorry if I butchered your name. I tried. Not only is it badass looking and textured nicely, it's rigged properly. Okay, add it to your project. Back and in real. Sweet. Now let's take a look at that Cyberpunk Samurai. Where are you, Samurai? Oh, there you are, Samurai. Mesh.
Wake the fuck up, Samurai. We've got a city to burn. No, you're breathtaking.
Thank you, Keanu. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at Cyberpunk Samurai. Looks good. Very cyberpunky. Now what we're going to do is we want to export this guy into Blender so we can lop off his head and then use the body to put our MetaHuman on. So let's go ahead and export this guy. This is the way you do it. Okay, let's right click on the mesh we want to export, and that's this guy. Right click, we want to go to Asset Actions, and then we want to go ahead and export this guy. That way we can take him into Blender and cut his head off. Okay, export, desktop, and then here. Let's go ahead and create a folder to put the FBX in, and let's put OG body. Keep the original body there. We'll hit save. Leave all the defaults and export. Okay, so far so good. Off into Blender. All right, Blender, click on splash page. Get out of here. Click, shift, click, right click, delete, by, file, import, FBX, desktop, OG body. Hello.
Get over here.
All right, get over here. Great. Let's select him by unfolding all these folders, and we'll select the mesh. Great. He's selected. We'll go from object mode over into edit mode. Then we go vertex, edges, polys, edges, vertex. Great. Look at all these vertexes. Now I'm going to select the wireframe. That way we can see everything that's in there and that we select everything properly. Let's go ahead and box select some of these vertexes. Okay, good. We got a lot of stuff in there. Let's see if we can get more. Now what I'm going to do is hit Control L, because what that does is it selects all the connected vertices. Great. See? Click this button, go back to the regular shaded mode, and then smash delete. What comes up, this other window, click on vertex, head, gone. Off with his head. Cool. You can see the inside, everything's clean. Nice. So what do we do next? We're going to go ahead and go back to object mode, hit file, export, export FBX. We're going to go ahead and select the desktop. We're going to go ahead and make a new folder. We're going to call this one new body. Great. Open, and we're going to save right into there. Okay, let's name this cyborg underscore without head. Awesome. We're going to leave all these in default. Hit export. Great. We're done with Blender. Bye, Blender. Okay, back in Unreal, right-clicking Content. We're going to right-click on New Folder, create a new folder, and we're going to call this one Without Head. That way we know that indeed this folder contains the mesh without the head. Second verse, same as the first. We're going to import. We're going to go to Desktop, this guy, New Body, Open. All this stays at default. Import all. Yep. We know all this. This is just a message log saying that there are no smoothing groups, etc. There's an upper arm twist that didn't import, but that is totally okay. Don't need it. Alrighty, so we're almost done. Now back in Unreal, we're going to combine the character and the MetaHuman. This is almost as easy as deleting the MetaHuman body. Okay, so now what we're going to do is bring the body in. Oh, hello. Next to each other. So you'll notice that he's missing a material, which is good, which is why this guy's here. We'll click on him. Goodbye. We'll use a magnifying glass to find Cyberboy's material. Found it. We'll click on this. Click on this guy. We'll add him to element 0, and there you go. Cool. Getting closer. Come back over here. We'll go over to MetaHumans. We're going to bring that Gavin head back in. Hello, Gavin. Turn your ass around. Let's call this 90. Word. Getting there. Alright, we're going to eyeball Gavin into the cavity. Oh, hello. That's too much. Let's turn off snapping. There you go. A little too far back. Let's move him forward. Just a itty bitty down lower. Okay. So, there you go. We are almost there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take this head and we're going to make it a child of this body. So, we take this head, we select the head here, go over to the world outliner, pick the head, and then we're going to stick it right on top the word cyber_ without head. What that does is it creates a pop-up menu. In that pop-up menu, we're going to tell Unreal that we want to make this meta head a child of this body, and we want to parent it to the neck. Alright. Well, that's it. You've officially made yourself a hybrid MetaHuman. Cool. We have the before, when he was a wee young lad, and after he's been a gnarled, grizzled old cyborg veteran in the cyborg wars, if you will. Okay. So, I mean, we could call it a day, right? I mean, we set out everything that we set out to do, but I did say that if I had time, we'd go ahead and add simple animations just to see how this works. So let's do that now, okay? Cool. Okay, let's retarget some animation onto this hybrid MetaHuman. First, let's go ahead and open up the Without Head folder, and then we're going to find the Without Head skeleton. Double click on that skeleton. This will open up the Retarget Manager window. Okay, in the Retarget Manager window, let's go ahead and select the Retarget Manager tab. Real quick, click on the Skeleton Tree tab. This way you get to see all the bones, but you don't get to see the bones on the character. So let's go to the character, and then we'll go over to Bones, and we'll click All Hierarchy. Poof! There's the entire skeleton. Okay, in the Retarget Manager window, let's go ahead and select the Retarget Manager tab. Now, this is where it gets tricky. What I'm going to need you to do is pay close attention. I want you to go down to Select Rig, and then select Humanoid Rig. Click on it. Good. Now, go ahead and click Save. Let's close this window. You're halfway there. Now, we're going to need some animation to retarget to. So let's go back to Marketplace and let's type in MCO, and we'll choose MCO Mocap Basics. Let's go ahead, select that, and add that to our project. Awesome. Oh, before we move on, I gotta create a folder so that way we can put all the retargeted animation in there. Okay, right click, select new folder, name this one Retarg. That's where all the retargeted animation is gonna go. Okay, let's go ahead and click on MCO mocap. Let's click on animation, conversation, root motion, and let's right click on the looping listen. We'll then go ahead and right click on retarget animation. Once we do that, another window is going to pop up. In this select skeleton window, what I want you to do is select on cyber without head skeleton. Okay. Now, in the prefix, I want you to go ahead and type retarg. That way we know it's a retargeted animation. In the suffix, I like to put the character name like cyborg. I'll hit change and I'll go over to that retarg folder that we had earlier. Cool. Now, almost there. Just hit retarget. We're in the home stretch. We're literally inches away from the finish line. All we have to do is click on the cyborg without head mesh, come over to animation right here, go into animation mode. On the pull down where it says use animation blueprint, we're going to click on that and we're going to drag down to use animation asset. Now, one of two ways. You can either drag this in here or you can click on here and see that there's a retargeted animation there already. Let's click on that. Okay, we're ready. All we have to do now is click play and watch this thing go. Hey, there you are. You did it. There's your Hybrid MetaHuman animated. Alright, let's try that one more time. This time I'm going to go ahead and hit Alt S for simulate. Boom. If you're wondering why the other cyborg samurai fell down, it's because we use the mannequin physics asset instead of using the static mesh. So that's the physics on that mannequin. Kind of cool, huh? One more time. Okay, well, whoa. Okay, this is pretty much it. You've created your MetaHuman asset. We went ahead and we put an animation on there. Let's do one more just for shits and giggles, okay? Let's stop this. Let's go to another animation. We'll go over to the MCO mocap basics. We'll go to animation. This time we'll go to Mobility Pro, root motion, and let's right click on this stand, relax, delivered. Okay, now what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and duplicate animation asset retargeted. We're going to do it like we did last time. We're going to select that skeleton. We're going to put retarg, and then we're going to put cyborg, so that way we know which one it is. We're going to change it so it falls into the retarg folder. We're going to click OK, and then hit retarget. Boom. All said and done. Again, we can right click on this. We can come down to the pull down, and we see that there's the stand and relax. Let's hit Alt S and see what we get. Two birds, one stone. One more time. There you go. Two birds, one stone. Congratulations. You made yourself a hybrid MetaHuman and you've animated it. Thank you so much for stopping by at the secret hideout. If you like this, oh, I almost forgot. Shout outs. I want to give a big shout out to some of the people in the community. Let's face it, we've all got information from other places and remixed it with our own ness on top. So with that said, I've learned a lot of tips and tricks along the way from these people. So big fat shout outs go over to Jay at JS Films, Kamek D over at Fractured Fantasy, and last but not least, the it girl of virtual production, Gabriella over at Feeding Wolves. If you want to check out their tutorials and their channels, I'll go ahead and throw the links to the channel in the descriptions below. I have to take a moment to acknowledge a very special person, a mentor of sorts. It would be remiss of me not to thank a person who is so giving and selfless when it comes to sharing knowledge and information. A very special thank you goes out to Gabriel Paiva Harwa. Thank you for staying up late and sharing all your knowledge with me. Okay, back to the show. Do me a favor, if you liked the tutorial, please hit the like button. If you didn't like the tutorial, then go ahead and hit the like button and then unlike it. Smash the subscribe button so that way you see when I drop more tutorials or interviews. I think the animated hybrid metahumans are pretty cool, but at the end of the day, what do I know? This is Jet from the Secret Hideout saying, thank you so much, and peace.